Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to share with you the best personal development tool I have ever come across, period. And during the last 20 years I have read hundreds of personal development books. I have spent more than $50,000 on online courses and offline courses, trainings, university for that matter. And I have looked for answers everywhere in YouTube videos, content, answers to why was I stuck, why I was not taking action towards my big goals, my big dreams. I was stuck. I wanted to get unstuck. And what I realized, it all comes down to one tool. And my hope for this video, my wish is to save you time, lots of time. I wish that somebody had pulled me aside at age 25 and explained to me everything that I'm going to explain to you in this video. And that would have saved me a lot of pain and frustration. So that's my goal for this video. So the tool is the self-coaching model, the model for short. The creator of the model is Brooke Castillo, the founder of the Life Coach School, one of my dear teachers. So basically, the model is made up of 5 components: circumstances, thoughts, feelings, action, and results. So the circumstances are facts out there in the world. Examples are, the sun came up today. That's a fact. Everybody would agree on that, and it can be proven in a court of law. This is a piano. The weather, it's a fact. Illness, death, other people, other people's behavior, your past, political climate, or taxes. So those are examples of circumstances. And we don't have any control over circumstances. And the good news is that it's the only one of the 5 components that we don't have any control over. The rest of them, our thoughts, feelings, actions, and results, we do have control of them, over them. So the thoughts now. The second component are the thoughts. The thoughts, we have 60,000 thoughts per day in our brain. And most of them, they go unchecked. We don't even, a lot of us are not even aware of our thoughts. So we have thoughts about the circumstances we have in our lives. So the thoughts, we can recognize them because they are opinion. And often they have qualifiers like adjectives. And it gives a meaning to the circumstances we see. So let me give you an example. Let's say you are in a coffee shop and you had an appointment with a friend and he's late. So that's a circumstance. It's a fact. It's past time. You've been waiting for 15, 20 minutes and he's not there. So now we have a thought about this situation, about this circumstance, this fact. You can think, oh, he's not respecting me. He doesn't care. That's a way of looking at the situation. Or some people can have a totally different thought, like, oh my God, what happened to, maybe something happened to him. Did he get into a car accident or something? Or you could choose another thought. For instance, this is one of my thoughts lately. It's when somebody's late, because I'm a recovering late person, I tend to have compassion toward that person because, you know, I'm like, oh my God, he didn't yet work on his time management skills. Oh, he must have issues for sure in his life, in other relationships, for sure, because it creates problems when you're not on time. So when you have these thoughts with this, for this situation that the person is late, you have a totally different feeling. So your thought, they trigger emotions. The thought comes before your emotions. So when you have a thought, depending on the thought you have, you're going to have a different emotion. So if you think the first one, oh my God, he's so disrespectful, for sure you're going to maybe get angry, mad, and feel disrespected. And it's going to affect after that your actions and results. Or if you choose that it's not a big deal and that, you know, you understand the situation, it doesn't mean neither that you condone his behavior, that it's okay to be late. You can still set up your boundaries and decide to leave the coffee shop after 20 minutes. and then you leave and you move on and you do your other things in your day, and you don't feel resentful towards this person. You don't need to fight with him or anything. And again, it doesn't mean you're naive or anything, and you're a lot more empowered, and you are aware of your thought, and you get to choose the thought that are more useful for you because it's more useful. Okay, so that's the enough of the ramble. The example of how the thought, a circumstance can trigger a thought in your head and a feeling. So the feeling is a vibration in your body, and feelings are everything in life, because everything we do in life, it's because we want to feel something or avoid a feeling. And the feeling, as I mentioned earlier, is what causes the action that you're going to take after. If you feel motivated, you're going to take a different action in your business than if you feel apathetic or unmotivated or ashamed or anything like that. The important thing is that when you learn that your thought causes your feelings, this is when you understand, you learn how to feel better, because you basically can choose thoughts that make you feel better. Now, let's talk about the fourth thing in the model, actions. So actions are either something you do or something you don't do. Not taking an action is an action by itself, or a reaction. That's an action also. And of course, actions are responsible for your results in life. If you don't know what are your results in life, so look at everything you have around you. Those were things that were the result of previous thoughts, feelings, and action. So if you're not taking action in a situation, ask yourself, what feelings do I have? How do I feel? And then you work backwards to also try to find which thought can be responsible for the feeling you are feeling. And now the fifth component, results. Results are the consequences of your actions. And the very important thing is that in personal development or the coaching world or content in general, what I noticed is that a lot of gurus out there or people, they ask you, advise you to take action, massive action. We just focus on action. And we forget to mention that actions are only the symptom of the feeling that came before it and the thought that came before. So if you really want to find the root cause of why you're doing what you're doing, or you're not doing what you want to do, or the results you have, is to find that thought that is driving everything. And it's like swimming against the current. When you try to change by brute force the behavior, because you're working against your brain, against your thought, against your feelings. But if you get aware of the thoughts you have, and you feel really compassionate and you really understand what you're trying to do there. Are you trying to feel safe, to protect yourself? What human needs you're trying to fulfill here? And then you can change the thought. And from changing the thought, you get a different set of emotions, which will make you have different actions and different results. And it's way easier to do it this way, because it's going to be like all aligned. So here we really need to see that being aware of our thoughts is super important. And this is the work we have to do, because a lot of the thoughts are subconscious, and sometimes we're not even aware why we're doing what we do. This is why sometimes practice of meditation and to be able to dissociate yourself from your mind and to be the witness, the observer, or maybe in a coaching session, this is why your coach often, he can see things that you're not aware that it's in your blind spot. And it's really the first step to be aware of your thoughts and see if they're negative and how it's causing your result. And once you're aware of that, you can change them. So that's the model. And it's a fascinating tool that needs to be practiced again and again. I use it a lot in my coaching practice, and it's phenomenal, the results I see from it. And it's nothing woo-hoo or anything. It's really scientifically proven. And the thoughts do create our feelings in the body, and the feelings, they cause us to take action or stay in inaction. And then we get the results we want in life or don't want. So Yes, I hope. So, yes, I hope this was useful and that you see things differently now. So, that was a summary. I could go more in details in other videos, but I hope it was useful. The model is a game changer. Don't hesitate to practice it. And just take a blank sheet of paper and put on the sheet CTFAR, circumstance, thought, feeling, action, result, and try to solve your own situation, your own problem. You can self-coach yourself, basically. You know, you try to find the thoughts that's driving everything, and you ask the questions and to find other components of the model and work backwards. So if you want to go further and if you want more help, more personalized help, I offer free consultations, and you can reach out to me and we can look at this together and help you figure this out. You don't have to do this alone. So take care of yourself and talk to you soon.